Good morning everyone, my name is Christian, this is Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and you're watching King Arthur the role-playing war game. I just finished the battle here in the north of the Welsh lands and I lost a unit of archers, unfortunately, because they did have two spellcasters and man, they were strong. Like, they had so much mana, and I'm guessing reduced cooldown, they were able to cast the shadows, the spell of shadows, the curse of shadows. I think it was like 4 times in a row, and at first I put in front my heavy shields, my elite troops, and they got spellcasted with the curse of shadows, which was not really a problem. But then my archers got hit once and I got overconfident, like, okay, they're on cooldown, it's gonna take a while. And then they cast it again and again and the third time after that, so yeah, it hurt. I lost one unit, unfortunately to spells, but we have another battle here in this castle and we should be able to take them on. An auto-resolve there doesn't really work. You need to have at least double the troops or the strength in order for you to have like good results. What I am going to do is the same thing I've done earlier, which means I am going to be setting my heavy infantry in the front. And then I want the light infantry behind. Cavalry, I'll bring you to the front as well, because I want them to capture some points. All strongholds look pretty much like this. So what you want to do is at least capture a few of these points before the enemy. You don't want to lose morale too quickly.
Archers. Infantry.
Yeah, you'll be the third group.
Archers. Infantry.
Let's see. He does have some units, but this is one of our most elite army. Maybe the best combination of troops. And how do I want to bring these guys around? Yeah, let's get you forward. And I'll have the archers behind here. Some light infantry. I could bring them somewhere like this.
Cavalry.
Maybe we'll take that cavalry and bring it around here. As you can see, the curse of shadow has already been casted.
Cavalry. Infantry. Archers.
And they did a pretty good job there. What I was afraid of, right? Like getting caught straight up in the middle.
Cavalry. Infantry.
But if his spells reached us, I'm guessing so could we. So let's do a curse of shadows there.
Archers. Fire.
And he has his cavalry here
Infantry.
as a spellcaster. We're gonna engage it.
Archers. Fire. Infantry. Archers. Fire. Infantry.
Can I use any kind of spell? I could do some enfeeble here.
Archers. Infantry. Archers. Fire. Infantry. Archers.
After which another curse of shadows on these guys would be great. Just like that. So he's doing pretty much the same mistake we did earlier.
Archers. Fire.
Yeah, let's not fire upon him like that. And we'll give our archers the ability
Archers. Fire.
to shoot at his light troops.
Archers. Archers.
Let's see, cloud of arrows to this guy, and I'll do another cloud on that guy, and we're gonna shoot upon them here.
Infantry.
Perfect, let's go masterful tactics, let's go cleave.
Cavalry. Archers. Fire. Fire.
Our troops are tired, so let's
Archers.
replenish their stamina. There we have it. A nice quick battle. Exactly what we needed. Good. Sword of Sharpness, +1 to fight. Now we have Norgel as a place. Let's see, replenishing. Okay, that does not cost a lot. And I would like another archer. Briton archers, no. Let's take another one of these. We have the ability to get Welsh Pikemen now. Welsh Bowmen, which have like 13 archery instead of our 11. They're double the cost though. And I would like to improve the rest of our armies as well.
Ready to serve.
Over here on this side, let's see, can I just destroy this army? And I think yes, like looking at it, it's not gonna be too much of a problem. Let's see, auto battle, perfect. This guy, there's not really something he can do, and probably here we will have to fight. A Banner of Courage, +3% morale to the army. One HP per second. And this is a helmet. Laurels is for leadership. Who is the leader of this army and who you want to be the leader of the army? You're a champion, you're a warlord. Careless, reduce visibility. Yeah, but that's about it. Okay, let's make you back the leader of this army. I'm gonna provide you with the leadership. Okay, and the Orb of Night. For the Orb of Night, I would say that I don't really care about. Maybe we'll put this like so. And let's see. Fortunately, we can't make it here. And he'll probably be able to move around and capture a few territories.
Yes, my liege.
But that is okay as well. So let's save so we don't crash. And with those battles behind us, we should look further north. Let's start with the Saxon Queen first.
On my way.
The daughter of the Saxon king is a fierce woman and a desirable bride to be. There are many knights who would go on adventures for her. She has the beauty of a Valkyrie, and she also brings an enormous dowry with her. Magic and fight, fight and magic. A lot of magic, fight. On adventuring, I guess this guy would be slightly better than this guy. Let's try to bring in Sir Dagonet. Or no, let's do Sir Tegir. You arrived at the castle deep in the Saxon lands. The princess and her ladies in attendance welcome you. She will only marry a warrior who is ready to prove his honor and bravery. You must kill a wyvern in the eastern swamps and bring back one of its scales to prove it. You arrive at a village called Aberdale. This is the last settlement before the path leads into the swamp. You leave your men behind because it would not be wise for the whole army to follow you into the swamp. Enter the inn. You enter a hut which serves as a local inn, since it serves beer and wine from barrels. A few people are at one of the table. There is a lone man at another table who doesn't look like he lives around here. The innkeeper stands at the counter. He just filled a cup with wine. Mm, I asked the innkeeper about the wyvern. The innkeeper doesn't talk much, but at any rate he tells you something. He confirms that the wyvern indeed lives in the swamp, a huge green beast, which has claws as big and sharp as a sword. It appears around the time of the changes that swept through the realm. I ask him if he knows a guide. He tells you that there is more than one guide working here and they happen to be in the inn right now. He suggests you choose the tall brown-haired one called Oleg over there, the pot-bellied round-faced guide whose name is Tume. Let's sit next to the lone man. You sit next to the lone man who just glances at you and keeps on eating. He certainly doesn't look too friendly. I ask him if he has ever heard about the wyvern who lives in the swamp. Of course I have heard about it. It feeds on careless travelers. So you want to enter the swamp, do you? Mark my words. Don't trust the villagers. After this cryptic warning, he leaves. Okay. I will talk to Oleg. You walk to the table and nod to Oleg. You talk for a short while he tells you he will be in charge. He will charge more if you are after the wyvern because it is dangerous. But for 500 he is ready to take you to the nest. Okay, I talk to the other guy. You see next to Tume, he looks up from his supper. I heard that what the innkeeper told you. He's lying. That mongrel, as he has always hated me. I can guide you to the lizard beastie if you pay 200 gold pieces. Shall we go alone? Fine, let's go as soon as we can, he says and gets himself ready. You set off on your journey. It looks like the fellow knows what he is doing. You are walking along a narrow path when he waves you forward. Suddenly you feel a heavy blow on your head and the world darkens before your eyes. The last thing you see is the evil grin of his face. When you come to your senses, you find yourself tied up. The disgusting stench of the swamp chokes you. You see your guide talking to a stranger. You hear they want to feed you to the wyvern. I loosen the rope with magic. You start to conjure and you feel the ropes getting looser around your wrists. Your hand is now free. I stand up, grab my weapon and attack them. You spring up, grab for your weapons and attack the other two. Although they know the terrain better, you are much the better warrior. So you quickly gain the upper hand. Soon the stranger lies dead and the guide is on the ground injured. I want to know what's going on here. He tells you that the villagers made a deal with the wyvern many years ago. They lure travelers here and let the wyvern eat their bodies and keep their valuables, but in return it leaves the village alone and even provides protection for the village. I make him tell me everything he knows about the wyvern. The wyvern is repelled by fire, so the villagers in the area walk around with torches. He tells you where the wyvern nest is located. His words are getting less and less articulate, and he dies soon. The home of the wyvern can be clearly seen from a great distance. Smell the stench of rotten meat from its lair made of boughs of trees. This must be where the creature devours its prey. Don't have enough to set a trap. Try to defeat it with magic, but don't have magic. Maybe the other guy would be better. I sneak to the wyvern's nest and climb into it. I go closer and fight with the monster. You go closer to the lair of the beast and draw your weapon. You hear a strange creaking noise and you suddenly see the head of the monster. Enormous teeth appear as it opens its gargantuan mouth. I rise from the ground and assault you. It rises from the ground and assaults you. The beast lunges at you with its sharp claws, but you always manage to evade them. You land more and more blows on it, wounding it, and in the end you kill the wyvern, who lets out one last screech and dies. You are victorious. I cut off one of its scales and go back to my army. This makes me want to play The Witcher. Get inside that. I cut one scale from the burned cadaver and go back to the village and to your army, following the path which you took there. I hang the innkeeper and the leader and let them rot on the gallows. I burn the village to the ground and slaughter everyone for their crimes. Let's hang the innkeeper. Let's make justice here. You find out who is responsible for this infamy and order your men to construct a gallows. Those who feed such a terrible monster shall perish. I go back to the princess with the scale. As you give the scale to the princess, you can see the respect in her eyes. She never would have thought that you would be victorious, but now you have proved yourself worthy. So now she is ready to marry Arthur. We get a dowry of 20,000 gold. We paid 500 earlier. We get 500 experience, plus 1 to Rightful, plus 2 to Christian, and 12 Knights of Elaine. Hey. Here are the Knights of Elaine. This is a unique unit that is tied to the Saxon Queen. If you follow, let me just say this, if you follow a different path, you will have different units. So, just so you know, elite and fanatical Christian knights who are chosen from among the Knights of the Holy Grail and are armed with special blessed weaponry. Look at this, 1717. They're magically resistant, they're trampled, they have zeal, and there's a lot more that we can add to them. So with that quest done, we need to come back into some of our villages and we should work on getting some of these quests done because most of our populace is dying off. So let's work on that. Objective, the Queen of the Saxon is done, the quest is done. 100 mana cost, 100% mana cost for all spell, hero attacks plus 1 opponent, and then we will need for the Christian spells.
Yes, my lord.
You know, how Christian are you? You are pretty much the definition of being Christian. Okay, let's give this guy a sword as well. Morality. On the morality side, we are further in, but we still need to go. Like, look at this. We are more rightful than we are Christian, so there's a lot to be gained. But by being rightful, we gain drilling. In this season, the army can't move, and upkeep cost increased by 20%. In the next active season, the army gains plus 20 morale and plus 50 movement points. Okay. As far as round table, we have over here Queen Elaine. We gained 1 skill point to all our knights, plus 2 fight to all our knights, and plus 1 unique unit, the Knights of Elaine. So that is King Arthur's wife. What are we doing next? Well, for now, nothing more. We have a new citadel here that we can work with. Let's end the turn. We need to worry about food. Given that a lot of our people has died in some of these regions, we're not producing as much food as we used to. Let's see what we can do here. Now they're not giving us that good of chances, so we need to fight this battle. Let's jump in it, and I will do this. The Valley of Thorns and Crystal. Sounds like a pretty cool map. You will be much more effective in battle if you use the bonuses and spells granted by the victory location. That is true. What do we have here? We have Sanctuary on the top of the hill. We have the Dolmen, which nullifies all magic, prevents the casting of spells and cancels active spells in the vicinity.
Infantry.
Where is the enemy spawning? There. We are gonna run for the Dolmen.
Infantry.
We don't have the best spellcasters in this.
Archers.
But we do have the good units that can take on whatever they're bringing. We just have to make sure
Knights. Infantry.
that we don't get caught by, you know, some of their
Infantry.
shadowy spells.
Cavalry.
Okay. What do we have here in the rest? So stone drawings, and I will keep these guys together and I will move
Cavalry.
this cavalry over here. Let's go quickly into the dolmen. Just like that. We don't even need to capture it, I believe, for this effect to apply. Which is going to be great.
Cavalry.
Okay, they have champions there. They have some Welsh bowmen.
Infantry. Knights. Infantry. Cavalry. Archers.
Okay. Nice. So now we are in the dolmen range.
Archers. Cavalry. Archers.
Let's bring you
Archers.
here. And with the archers, we're gonna start shooting on this guy.
Fire. Cavalry. Cavalry.
Let's bring, like, we'll have these spears, engage these guys.
Attack. Archers. Fire. Infantry.
As you can see, our spells are disabled as well.
Archers.
So they can't use it, we can't use it,
Fire. Infantry.
and that is about it. Just capturing it doesn't do anything else except
Archers. Fire.
yeah, they have the higher ground there.
Infantry. Knights.
So
Charge.
let's do this, let's charge at them.
Archers.
And I'm going to bring these guys over here.
Fire. Knights.
Nice.
Infantry. Archers. Cavalry.
What else did we leave behind?
Infantry.
Oh, another heavy infantry.
Infantry. Attack.
Okay.
Archers. Fire. Archers. Infantry. Attack.
Let's engage our spears to this cavalry,
Infantry. Infantry.
and then I'll bring these spears over here.
Archers. Fire. Infantry. Attack. Attack. Archers. Fire. Infantry.
Okay.
Infantry.
Let's
Attack.
move you here.
Fire. Infantry.
Okay, so there's a good thing, there's a bad thing about this whole situation.
Charge.
On one side, they can't call and do any kind of spells, and neither can we. And so it's only about the ability of our armies.
Attack. Archers.
I don't think I wanna
Fire.
shoot at them too much, but I'm gonna try a few volleys. Okay, let's bring these guys.
Charge.
Like, yeah, I'll try a charge from a different direction here.
Charge.
Good.
Cavalry.
And after this, we're just gonna do this.
Knights.
Okay,
Charge.
let's charge.
Infantry.
Okay, everybody fire at will here.
Cavalry.
You, I am going to bring you around as well.
Charge.
And I'm just gonna let this auto-resolve itself.
Infantry. Cavalry.
Does that. So we tied his troops down and then we took over enough points to win. And that's it. I like these styles of battle. It gives you alternatives, right? You don't have just to challenge and go straight up against his toughest warrior and hope you have the most troops, right? Or the best even. 500 range defense to the hero's unit. Let's see, I will keep you with the fight. Yeah. And we're gonna provide the shield. Probably to this guy. There's a lot of stuff here that can be sold. And let's see, let's go talk.
On my way.
Maybe we'll put you in a city as well. And do this replenishment. But yeah, then we'll need to come over here with these guys.
Ready to serve. Yes, my lord.
One of our issues right now is with food. Oh, and we can't make it home in one turn.
On my way.
I guess I'll reduce the upkeep of our units even for 2 seasons. And that is about it. Well, let's end the turn and go through winter, huh? Okay.
A monstrous ritual opened up a terrible wound on Britannia. It's a gaping hole where once a stronghold stood, where monstrous creatures enter from a dark corner of Tir-na-Nog. The only way to close this gate is to find a powerful artifact created in a lost age. Take my advice, my good king. You have received a terrible warning about a coming catastrophe, an otherworldly earthquake that will shake the magical foundation of Britannia. You can restore the land after this catastrophe with the help of the greatest magic items ever created. But you will only find it when you are ready.
And here we have the Scourge. The Lady of the Lake sent a message to the court, a fearsome warning for you personally. It will happen again, my king. Do you know what it is like when you wake up from a nightmare and then you realize that you are still dreaming? It will be like that. Another worldly earthquake that will shake the magical foundation of Britannia. You can avert this catastrophe with the help of the greatest magic item ever created. You will find one, but you will only find these when you are ready. Hold up the ghost armies of Samhain until you find the cure of the Scourge. Yeah, and the Banner of the Last Legion, minus 20 heavy infantry attack rate in 150 meter range, and plus 30 heavy infantry damage in 150 range. And that's after 500 kills in combat. So that is the second book from the Books of Conquest. This is one of those, like, as far as quests go, I find this one to be one of the most annoying ones. It is very difficult to deal with. How are we doing here? Yeah, we didn't gain a whole lot of food this seasons. We need a bit more investment on that side. Okay, and I will probably take maybe one of these heroes and we'll go south, while the other one will train a new army. As far as upgrades go, what are we going to invest in? Military wise, I feel like I have most of the stuff that I need. Maybe we'll get some pikemen just because they're cheap. So this would be like one turn. Surgeon for health, population growth. Crop rotation for the food would be great. More food income. 3 cities. Let's see. These are expensive. These are still expensive overall. Even with the reduction. Maybe we'll go like this way. We'll take these, and centralize kingdom after that. And then we'll take a look. We have Camelot, we made the cathedral, and we'll need to fully upgrade it, right? That is the mission. And so we're spending all of these just to finish a full cathedral. What else? We have this new region where we have a manor for the food. We have here more buildings for trade. Anvil Lane. Attorney. So this will provide us a few good points. Less upkeep for the army in the stronghold. Maybe some loyalty in the surrounding areas. City watch as well. And in the new borough, we can either go with Rightful, with Academy, or with this, with the Tower of Knightly Deeds. You know what? I think going for a Tower of Knightly Deeds is a good idea. Let's take a look at our round table. 30 gear, you are +4 to public safety, relentless, so tax income, recruitment cost, a bit higher, and -2 if the knight does not have at least, okay, so that is not for us. Let's provide him with this region for the better income. You continue on that side and we'll look at our heroes here. You can see a lot of them got points from our Saxon Queen. With you, I am going to go with adventuring. A blessing would be great. Sanctuary would be good as well. Maybe this resistance. Do we have resistance on any of these troops? No. So I'm going to go with protection from magic. Just so we can create like that kind of spell on one of the units, especially if they cast the shadow spell. And after that, we're gonna go logistics. Attack on this guy, we're gonna put more attacks on this unit. Maybe more armor of faith. Yeah, with this we're gonna start adding defenses, and let's see, steel charge. Plus 30 damage during trampling, but the unit suffers 30% more damage as well. Haste for 50 speed, or scatter. Let's keep the scatter. For you will add attacks, and as far as points go, I think we can throw in some blast as well. This is a great spell that, well, they basically cast and do 800 damage around the hero. Going for attack here, defense. For our spearmen, experienced retainers, minus 75% cost gold and food to replenish the losses, 30% chance to avoid trampling, and this is offensive stance. Now let's go with holding the ground.
Ready to serve.
With you. Maybe more rain would be good. Or let's start with some leadership. And then I'm gonna go logistics, as I want this guy to move around as quickly as possible. We've reached the maximum level as far as this ability goes, but we can go further with spell weaving or something else. Maybe effectiveness of the destruction spells? Do like that. Chance that the enemy spell fail. Let's go further in with this ability. Defense. Okay, and at this point, stamina I don't care for. Let's reduce the upkeep of these units. More upkeep. Let's see, choose new ability. Swift arrows, 50% faster at attacks. Evasion, good defense against archer while standing or shooting, but weaker attacks. So it's an on and off ability. Passive, getting more attacks or aimed shots. I like the swift arrows. It's not the range attacks that I fear the most. When it comes to these guys, it's mostly the spells. So I think that is about it as far as this is.
Yes, my king.
Oh, no, they have some abilities as well. Let's see, more to the enfeeblement. You are a champion, but you are the leader of this army. So going for cavalry leader wouldn't be bad. Right? Plus 10 damage, minus 10 upkeep cost, plus 5 damage and minus 5% upkeep cost if the hero is the leader of the army. Okay, we'll keep that ability in. With this guy, we're gonna go further in with the Curse of Shadows. This would be an infantry leader. And with this guy, once again, Curse of Shadows. And that will be it. Rebellion. Low loyalty level in the province has increased the ranks amongst the population. The rebellion will first appear as a quest. Okay. So yeah, this is one of our newest regions. And we are going to come around here and try to negotiate, talk with her, because she's the one that has been creating problems, and then we'll go at this guy and talk to him. And the army of Semaine, it's this. So basically from now on we can't really hold this region, and these armies will keep appearing and they will cut off on our population. They're weaker this time, not by a whole lot, but weaker. And we have to keep them at bay for as long as possible until we get a quest, special quest, that we will be able to use in order to close this gate. Now I hope you have enjoyed it, hope you look forward to it for tomorrow's episode. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day.